Hello and welcome back to the Aria of Sorrow 2022 Randomizer Tournament. My name is Texas and I am joined by Texas. It'll just be solo commentary today. I hope y'all are okay with that. We have an interesting race versus Fuse the Creator and Lunix, whom I don't know very well. We're going to call him the Mastermind. Just to preface the race, the settings are random souls, items, shop sanity, and random entrances as well. The runners will start with 30,000 gold to start, and the hammer shop will be randomized, as well as souls are available in the shop too. I'm thinking we're gonna have a good time today. All right, let's get a look at this shop. Ascalon, okay, that's nice. Archdemon and Lubricant, this is awesome. Lunix choosing not to sell anything and will go with the knife and casual clothes, just the yellow souls he's picked up. Very interesting. Everything was kind of expensive. Okay, Fuse is picking up the Ascalon. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. While he can't afford any armor, he will grab one of the yellow souls there. Oh, nice beef curry on that merman by Lunix. I love beef curry. It's such a funny weapon, or funny soul rather. I randomly got beef curry in one of my randomizers, and I threw it at Creaking Skull. And to my surprise, Creaking Skull turned around and looked at the beef curry. I didn't even know Creaking Skull could turn to the right side of the room. Look at it, the beef curry! Oh yeah, one more thing about this randomizer is Black Panther will be your first progression soul that you'll get. This helps like kind of even out the racers and will allow just fast movement and quicker seeds overall. Fuse getting, oh no, Fuse getting quarters, yeah, quarters on the left side there in corridor, but you can't really get anywhere without Malphus or the double jump soul. And Lunix is going to do some pretty simple, pretty normal checks. Alright, so we've seen Bifron and Archdemon from the bat. That's pretty cool. That happened in my race last night. You always love it when like the really simple monsters have nice souls like Archdemon or like Lightning Doll or Nightmare or something like that. Oh, it was a pot. Sorry about that. Oh, and we're seeing Reservoir. Lunix deciding to go down, picks up a katana. That'll be nice since he didn't buy anything down there. And it loops back in the corridor. Okay, not so bad. So Katana and Bifron, those are pretty good. That's pretty good tools. Bifron's good, it's powerful. Oh, we get the red book. But the drawback from Bifron is that it only has a hitbox, like you can only summon it on the ground. And we see that the red book is Tiny Devil from Nemesis. I'm pretty sure we'll have to find that canister. Okay, Fuse getting to his reservoir, and Lunix will now get into quarters. He can go through a lot of this place now with double jump. And since it was near the save point in the corridors, it's not such a big problem should he need to reset out of the boss. Oh, Skula at the slide spot in Reservoir. That's huge. I'm a big fan of the idea that the faster you find Skula in a seed, the faster it's going to be overall. And we get slime. Oh, there's some pretty cool strats you can do with slime. A little cursed, but really cool. There's a gray soul up in the upper corridor section near the entrance, but unfortunately no way to reach it. I hope Lunix keeps that in mind for later, hopefully. Lunix also coming back for a second shopping trip, which makes sense. He only bought souls when he was here the first time. Interesting to see that strawberries are also pretty cheap. That'll be nice to have some consistent healing that's not too expensive. He was showing us some sleep strats in some of the larger rooms. It's a pretty good idea to sleep out so you can go back to the entrances. A nice way to just travel quickly. He's going back into the reservoir. I think he wants to go to the waterfall. Maybe he wants to pick up the warp. Phoenix having some trouble here. Maybe he might end up perishing. He's got some ramen. Chooses to use it. He's picking up slide. That's always really nice to see. Okay, and we have Vanilla Headhunter at the quarters. With Ascalon and everything else we have so far, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it can be an issue sometimes. Okay, Fuse getting out of the reservoir. I wonder if he'll warp back in there after he gets like healing or something like that. But the reservoir is pretty difficult to handle without good armor and stuff. Oh, and really brilliant Skyfish from Lunix to finish off, to quicken up that Headhunter fight. Aria of Sorrow, as I've come to understand now after playing the Randomizer a lot, really affords a lot of very interesting and dynamic strategies. Alright, now we're seeing the stormy towers, the ceiling, the roof of the corridors. Side effect of Lunix finishing off Headhunter is the shop will also be updated. There will be some new items in there. And a duplicate red book. Okay, some grapes. He just resets out of there. He's saved to the left of the boss fight, so that's not a terrible idea. A really nice optimization. Okay, and Fuse does go back to Reservoir. Interesting. What will we see at the waterfall? Maybe we'll see some waterfall jumping too. Oh, and a yellow book. Okay, that is very good knowledge. No waterfall jumping, no big deal. It's a pretty hard strat, and you can only, unless you're really proficient at it, which I'm not, there's only one like good check you can get to out of the 3. Fuse is climbing the Cognaza room. This room is really dangerous and hard to handle sometimes. Cognitizos have a chance of cursing you on contact, which will drain your MP to 0. Okay, and Fuse going towards Eastern Reservoir. Gets the item pickup and sleeps out. Okay, maybe he's gonna go towards like the corridors, the normal corridors entrance. Poison Fist, now that's a strong weapon. Alright, we see the dance hall on Lunix side. There's some interesting strategies that some players will choose to do. A lot of save splitting and the likes, and some will even just opt to not even go down towards where the boss is at. Ooh, Fuse finding Forbidden after much trekking in the reservoir. You always like finding Forbidden, and especially since Fuse has Skula, you can go through all of it. And Forbidden leads to Garden. Oh man, that's really good to open that up. Now the two checks down further in the Forbidden area take quite a bit of time overall. But there can be some pretty valuable things. And the Vanilla Dance Hall boss, Big Golem on Lunix side. Is this even randomized? And then Ascalon, a duplicate Ascalon, at the second Forbidden check. Big Golem has some really strange hitboxes and hurt boxes. And the lovely Tsuchinoko graces us today. Alright, both runners just looking for the next big thing now. Fuse finds the claim in Gardens. Oh man, I'm so happy. I love rolling claim seeds, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to give the runners a claim seed. Wow, really cool killer mantle strats on Lunix side. That's some knowledge. I don't know anything about the HP and MP and which monsters that killer mantle works on. I know some monsters don't even aren't even affected by it. Wow, and Manticore in the Gardens. What a stacked plays. We're gonna see the shop upgrade on Lunix side now. And we have, oh my gosh, we have the arena on the other side of gardens. So the only way into the gardens then would be through Forbidden. That's kind of rough. And the shop unfortunately didn't have anything very special for us. Okay, and the Gray Soul above the shop is Kicker Skeleton. And Fuse also warping out of the arena. Interesting. Now, the Schoolless Soul is duplicated. There will be two places where it can be set in the randomizer. So even though Fuse found Schoolla really early in the reservoir, that doesn't mean that Lunix has to go the same path to find it as well. We could easily find it. He could very well find it in another part of the castle. Ah, there's Tiny Devil in the study. That's our required soul from the red book. Study has been really, really good from my experience. Oh, and we get the rare ring. Yes, 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 equip it! Lunix making the big plays. Ooh, in flight on Lunix's side. Very nice. Hippogriff will let him get to many places should he find top floor, but also just more of the corridors open now too. Oh, that is a cool strat. Manticore into the lubricant challenge room. Good call from chat. Thanks for pointing out Galamoth was in arena. Now that's big. That could be big. Oh, and a blue book and study as well. Creaking Skull from, I didn't see it, but it was a pretty short name. I don't believe either of our runners have Creaking Skull yet. Oh, and Legion in the study. And we have Vanilla Belore. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of the boss fights, and I guess Legion swapped with something else, but we'll just have to see what that is. Belore does not stand a chance to the claim. You can just short hop? That's insane. War will give some good levels, but also the black belt behind him will increase weapon strength and red skull strength by a chunk. Ooh, and we see the PDR room. Very nice. Yellow skull. Oh, I'm done. That'll let Fuse get the yellow book behind Waterfall. This is good. And the blue book in the chapel. In everyone's favorite room in the arena. Yep, as long as you don't get stuck in a spike pit, not too bad. Decides to reset out of the Elfin Robe. Not a bad idea, although Elfin Robe gives a great intelligence boost, it's not exactly necessary. Nice drop into that orb for the most part. Okay, I think Fuse is going to the waterfall now. Even without flight, it's nice to have that book and to know what you might need to be looking for. And we also get a right entrance here. Oh, okay, Archdemon, which was from a merman, okay. Anyways, we have Lunix has the red soul, Tiny Devil, and Fuse has our yellow both players have our yellow soul. And Waterfall leads to Clock Tower. And it's the cool locked opening as well for Clock Tower. Lunix going deeper in the corridor, trying to find some other places where it can reach. Green Soul was in Chapel. Okay. Then once Lunix gets all the books and finds top floor, I mean he could, and gardens of course, he can, you know, do what he needs to and finish it out. We'll see how this plays out. This is very interesting. Nothing of significance in the bottom section of Clock Tower here with all these spiked rooms. We'll see if Lunix can find some good stuff here in the cemetery. And it's the death fight. Okay, yeah, so Legion and Death swap places with each other. Wait a second. That's not exactly true. We're seeing Poison Fist with Creaking Skull as the choice against Death here. Okay, and from the save, Fuse will climb up instead of going left. And he finds top floor. Okay. What's on the other side? It leads into study. He's gonna find a blue book here. Was flight here as well? Oh, I can't remember exactly. Oh, and he's going to get the red soul too. And because he has the claim, Fuse will not need to reset out of Legion should he go into the fight. And our duplicate schooler was in the cemetery. Okay, this gives Lunix some wiggle room. This race is not decided, but both runners are in a very good position to get the upper hand on the other. So Fuse doesn't even check the boss fight, just climbs back up. Alright. And there's his flight. And Fuse backing out. Doesn't want to continue into the study. I mean, that's cool. I'm a big fan of always going through top floor the moment that you can. Lunix finding his second school within a couple minutes of each other. I wonder what he feels about how he feels about that. You get some upgraded armor for Fuse with the old rock suit. Very nice piece of armor. And a rune ring. I mean, Fuse just keeps getting upgrades upon upgrades upon upgrades, man. And we'll see now on Lunix's side the second upgrade to the shop as well. Anything juicy. Some coffee, very nice. Satan's ring on Fuse. I guess he just doesn't like intelligence. Intelligence as a stat boosts the Blue Soul's powers. Manticore, Creaking Skull, yeah, all of those. But the thing about the intelligence stat is that it boosts like exponentially. It's a much larger boost per stat point compared to strength. Oh, we finally get backdash at the top of the waterfall. And the other top floor entrance leads to Eastern Reservoir. Oh, and the duplicate backdash is in the top floor. Well, this is cool. Okay, so Lunix doesn't have Undyne or Rush Soul. Yeah, I don't think he's been to Chapel yet. Or no, I'm not really, I can't recall. Where, oh no, Fuse found the Rush Soul, found Manticore in the gardens, that's what it was. Which the gardens was connected to the forbidden area. Okay, Fuse getting the dance hall. This is... Man, Fuse just needs to find the chapel to get Creaking Skull, and then he's... Oh wait, he also needs to go back to study and get the Tiny Devil Soul as well. Anything could happen. This is such a good race. Oh! Okay, so that monster's Nemesis. Okay, never mind. We just need the Blue Soul from Fuse. This is getting hype. Back into the gardens. To comment further on the souls and why the runners need to pick up corresponding souls to the ancient books that they found, one of the last boss fights in this game, Graham, in the second phase of his fight, requires you to have 3 specific souls equipped to progress into the good ending, or to go into the chaotic realm. These 3 souls in the vanilla game are Flame Demon, Succubus, and Giant Bat. Sorry, Flame Demon, Giant Bat, and Succubus. In the randomizer, the souls that are required are not only randomized, but also the book's locations are randomized as well, and the monsters that you can get them from will also be randomized. Infuse farms the creaking skull from Dryad. Okay, I wasn't able to see which monster it was from, but now Fuse is in go mode. Those were really fast farms too. Without the soul eater being like, you can see runners spend several minutes trying to get a soul from a monster. Okay, going into the grand fight, very well equipped. Manticore, Lubricant, Claim, Olrock Suit, Rune Ring, Arc Demon. I don't think there's any way this could go wrong, right? I mean, clearly, you know, anything could still happen, but this is... Oh, I feel bad for Graham. Already into phase 2. Phase 2 of Graham has 1500 health. So if you're good at counting or can do some quick maths, then you can choose to equip the correct souls later into the cycle. Lunix doing... Oh, he's farming the Rippers, gets a Satan's ring out of it. That's good. But man, it was looking kind of dicey there for a second. He was getting comboed. And yeah, this third phase of Graham with the claim, I mean, what else is there to say? Expertly done by Fuse. Now Lunix will get into the gardens. He'll pick up his claim and manticore souls. His claim weapon and manticore soul, which will lead him back to the waterfall. Fuse now just has to go back to the gardens and fight the man that we all know and love that they call Jay. But before we go, quick shopping trip. This stream has been sponsored by Aria of Sorrow and the Hammer Shop. You should be able to stock up on all the healing he should desire. So the claim, universally being one of the best weapons in almost every situation, is good, but not a great weapon to use against Julius. Oh, and a death on Lunix's side. Oh, that's so rough. Got bumped from a gargoyle into the beam skeleton. And his last save was at Reservoir. Oh no. Will he remember where he needs to go to pick up the correct items? Alright, a quick save on Fuse's side before we enter the Julius fight. if you weren't aware, I absolutely love this fight. There's so much you can do to optimize it, and it can become a very dynamic experience. Okay, Fuse deciding to use the claim on Julius as well. There are a few mechanics in this fight that you can abuse. Julius will stagger and become invincible shortly after the 4th hit of any weapon that you use, but not any of the souls, or even the slide for that matter. So something that runners can manipulate Julius into doing is hit him 4 times to stagger him, then backdash and immediately into the rush soul. Or when Julius does the Omnia backdash, he will be invincible for a short while, but that's a pretty good opportunity to also charge up a rush soul. But also on that note, the Omnia will reset the hit counter for the stagger, which means you'll need to do four hits once more to stagger Julius. But Julius is definitely doesn't go down without a fight. His whip does significant damage, even with some of the best armor in the game. And because the rush souls take so much time to charge up, it can be really, really hard to know when you can start to charge it and be safe. Alright, on to phase 2. Julius will no longer become staggered if you hit him several times in a row, and he gains the power of all sub-weapons but the dagger. Okay, and Fuse is almost out of here with this one. Manticore doing some great work. And the DDR room on Lunix side. Always love to see it. Okay, and that's Julius. Fuse is now into the chaotic realm, reaching for the chaos fight. So, from the chat, what is DDR? DDR stands for Dance Dance Revolution. It's a rhythm game, and we affectionately call that room with all those beam skeletons the DDR room, since you have to play Simon Says in a way. I always love seeing that dive kick in the chaotic. And Fuse doesn't check any of these locations here. I mean, I guess with everything he has, I don't blame him. Could still potentially have like the chaos ring or something really nice, but I mean, who cares? Okay, one more save from Fuse. And we're into the Chaos fight. There are 2 phases for this fight. This first one, all of Soma's souls will be locked away into these pillars, pedestals, statues, whatever you want to call them. You'll have to destroy them in order to regain the power of those souls. And there are 3 different kinds of attacks here. The yellow one will drain your MP should the reticle lock onto Soma. The blue one will summon these diamonds that will home in on you. And did I say the blue one? I meant the red one. And the blue one will summon, like a rush soul, a very large monster to chase after you. Very quick work for the first phase. And the second phase is rather chaotic, really. You've got 4 eyes, which correlates the defense of the core in the center. The main goal objective is to destroy the core, but your weapons will do very little damage unless you defeat the eyes as well. And there's a bone dragon that will pester you throughout the fight, as well as several other attacks that are very mean. And we're seeing the slime time. Oh man, I forgot we had slime. And Lunix into Graham. Oh, some big hits. Fuse does have a lot of healing, so he can play it as safely as he wants to. Nice double hits, the core and the eye on Fuse. Yeah, shoutouts to Tiny Devil and Creaking Skull making an appearance for Lunix. All 4 eyes down, the core is taking a lot more damage now. He's using the tiny orb there to generate some damage to activate Arc Demon, which will restore HP on damage taken. And Graham is down for Lunix. Alright, Infuse is done. Well done, Fuse. That was a very good race. Get your GGs in the chat. Lunix is going to be heading back to the arena to get the gardens. We'll see. Will he want to continue and finish out Julius? Looks like it. But first, a melon. Ooh, Poison Fist. Is Lunix going to use that on Julius? That's an interesting strategy. Not the easiest boss fight with Poison Fist, but it can go well. Yes. Very nice. Poison Fist, you have to get really close to whatever you're trying to hit, but it is a very fast weapon. And with the 4-hit stagger mechanic on the first phase of Julius, it can be extremely useful. Okay, Lunix taking a bit of a beating here. Some of it intentional. Yes, Tiny Devil, get him! Oh, nice spacing on that slide to get Manticore up. Ah, Lunix is already in phase 2. That was really fast. Stop spamming Omnia, Julius. That's cheating. That's cheating. No, stop it. Oh, nice backdash cancels. Lunix is showing some good stuff in this fight. And the seldom seen axe. Ah, when you hear Soma shout when he uses a rush soul, that means it's pretty close to the last hit. So we're almost there. There we go, just one more punch. And we're into the chaotic realm. Will Lunix decide to look at the items here? No. I don't blame him. Once again, Flame, Manticore, Arc Demon, Lubricant, all sorts of gear, like there's no need. Chaos Ring can help, but there's no need. I mean, there's no guarantee that the Chaos Ring would be in here. I'm just, you know, saying for the sake of if there were one. And if you're unfamiliar with what the Chaos Ring does, it grants you infinite MP, so you can spam all the spells you want. We're getting one check, and it was the silver armor. Oh, nice movement. The ledge cancels and everything. When you suffer from a hard fall, Soma will be unable to act for a little while, but if you were to take the momentum that you were using while moving forward and to slide off of a ledge, you'll be able to act immediately. It's much, much, much harder to do without Black Panther. Alright, in the Chaos fight for Lunix, we're going to see Claim on the statues per usual. Phase 1 taken care of very quickly, and we're on to Phase 2. combination of the claim and the Manticore Soul will make quick work of this fight. It's really... yeah, that's it. Okay, so race 1 went to Fuse. He just had a really good start and just didn't stop, pretty much. He found the claim so early. And he farmed the 2 souls he needed since he didn't have to run through the castle so much. But don't go anywhere, we still have one more race between these 2 runners. Will Fuse close it out now? Or will Lunix be able to push into a game 3 by winning the second one? Give us a moment and we'll be right back.